Part 2. Moving Cryptocurrencies. A step-by-step guide. 1. Choosing a wallet. Hot wallets. Software. MetaMask. Trust wallet. Easy access but vulnerable to hacks. Cold wallets. Hardware. Ledger Trezor. Offline storage for maximum security. 2. Transferring assets. 1. Get the recipient address. Always double-check addresses. A single typo can result in permanent loss. 2. Test with a small amount. Send a trivial sum first to confirm the process. 3. Understand fees. Bitcoin's network fees fluctuate with congestion. Ethereum's gas fees vary based on transaction complexity. 4. Select the correct network. Sending ETH via the Binance Smart Chain (BSC) without bridging will lose funds. 3. Security best practices. Never share seed phrases. Store them offline, ideally on steel plates. Avoid phishing sites. Bookmark trusted exchanges' wallets to prevent fake links. Emotional challenges. Anxiety. The irreversible nature of transactions can cause stress. FOMO. Rush transfers during market peaks often lead to errors. Conclusion. Uncovering the real-world uses of cryptocurrencies is a thrilling yet daunting quest. From peer-to-peer payments to DeFi and NFTs, crypto is reshaping finance, art, and beyond, offering opportunities for empowerment and innovation. Yet, the emotional journey, spanning excitement, fear, and resilience, tests your resolve. Whether you move forward with strategic investing and learning, or choose to drop out with a clear exit plan, the key is intentionality. Crypto isn't just about money, it's about understanding a paradigm shift. Approach it with curiosity, caution, and clarity, and you'll emerge wiser, whatever path you take. Cryptocurrency real-world uses explored. Researched 187 websites. In researching your report, Gemini searches the web and browses content from relevant websites on your behalf. Global growth, drivers and post-pandemic prospects. Key areas of application. I've identified several key areas where cryptocurrencies are being used in practical ways. These include facilitating payments, improving supply chain transparency, enabling decentralized financial services, and supporting digital ownership through NFTs. I've also seen examples in online gaming and identity management. Specific use case examples. Some initial findings point to companies experimenting with Bitcoin for payments and the Ethereum platform hosting various projects in DeFi and NFTs. However, I still need to find more recent and diverse examples across different industries to get a clearer picture of widespread adoption. Understanding DeFi and emerging economies. My research confirms that decentralized finance offers services like lending and trading without traditional banks, potentially increasing accessibility. Cryptocurrencies also appear to be significant in emerging economies by aiding financial inclusion and remittances, although challenges like volatility exist. Next steps. Deeper dive. To continue, I will now examine the results from my latest searches, focusing on specific company use cases, practical guides for using cryptocurrencies, the emotional aspects of engaging with them, and the current regulatory environment. Hi, I am a deep research agent. Sometimes you may need a more detailed answer. When you do, I can provide you with one. I'll put together a research plan and confirm it with you, do the research, and then create a detailed report you can export to Google Docs. The more detailed your question, the better. As a heads up, my research usually takes a few minutes. Ready to put me to the test? Any can get the answers. Ordinary men, women can get the answers. Total Cryptocurrencies Step-by-Step Guide. Conclusion. Balancing potential and pragmatism. Cryptocurrencies offer revolutionary tools, but demand caution. Whether you're leveraging DeFi, moving assets, or exiting entirely, success hinges on education, security, and emotional resilience. The real-world impact of crypto is undeniable, yet navigating this space requires acknowledging its risks and uncertainties. Final thought. Crypto is not a binary all-in or all-out game. Many users adopt a hybrid approach, blending cautious participation with traditional finance. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Expand each section with case studies, regulatory deep dives, and psychological frameworks for decision-making. I dive deep into the world of cryptocurrencies and try to uncover their real-world uses. Can I figure it all out? Emotional describe complete details and explain, and how to move and drop out. The real-world applications of cryptocurrencies, a comprehensive analysis. Cryptocurrencies have evolved from being merely speculative digital assets to having numerous practical applications across various sectors. While the market experiences significant volatility, the underlying technology continues to advance, opening new possibilities for how we transfer value, manage finances, and interact with digital systems. Understanding the foundation. At their core, cryptocurrencies operate on blockchain technology, decentralized, distributed ledgers that record transactions across a network of computers. This architecture provides transparency, immutability, and security without requiring central authority oversight. Bitcoin, introduced in 2009, pioneered this space as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Since then, thousands of cryptocurrencies have emerged, each with unique features targeting specific use cases or problems. Financial applications, cross-border payments, and remittances. Traditional international money transfers often involve high fees, lengthy processing times, and multiple intermediaries. Cryptocurrencies can streamline this process, significantly reducing costs and processing times. For instance, platforms like Ripple, XRP partner with financial institutions to facilitate near-instantaneous cross-border transfers. In regions with high remittance volumes like Southeast Asia and Latin America, cryptocurrencies provide an alternative channel for migrant workers to send money home without excessive fees. Banking the unbanked. Approximately 1.4 billion people globally remain unbanked, lacking access to basic financial services. Cryptocurrencies offer a potential solution by providing financial inclusion through just a smartphone and internet connection. In areas with limited banking infrastructure but high mobile penetration, crypto wallets enable individuals to store value, make payments, and access financial services without traditional bank accounts. Countries like Nigeria, Vietnam, and the Philippines have seen significant crypto adoption partly for this reason. Conclusion: a balanced perspective. Cryptocurrencies represent a significant technological and financial innovation with genuine utility across various sectors. Their applications extend far beyond speculation, addressing real problems in financial inclusion, transaction efficiency, asset management, and organizational governance. However, the space requires careful navigation. Volatility, security risks, and regulatory uncertainty present substantial challenges. Successful engagement with cryptocurrencies demands education, caution, and clear objectives. For those willing to thoughtfully explore this evolving landscape, cryptocurrencies offer unique opportunities to participate in reshaping financial and technological systems. Whether as an investment vehicle, a solution to specific problems, or a fascinating technological frontier, cryptocurrencies have established themselves as more than a passing trend. The key to meaningful engagement lies in understanding both the potential and limitations of these technologies, approaching them with appropriate skepticism while remaining open to their innovative possibilities. By maintaining this balanced perspective, individuals and organizations can effectively leverage cryptocurrencies' capabilities while mitigating their risks. I dive deep into the world of cryptocurrencies and try to uncover their real-world uses. Can I figure it all out? Emotional describe complete details and explain. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. No 2 Act 2, the crash, doubt and despair. And then came the fear. Volatility, a double-edged sword. Just as I was feeling the buzz, the market dipped, then dipped again. Watching my small investment go from $200 to $70 in a week triggered something emotional. Not because of the money, but because it felt like betrayal. Why would people create something so beautiful only for it to feel like a casino? I saw tweets of people losing everything: scams, rug pulls, Terra/Luna collapse, Celsius, FTX. So many promises, and yet so many lies. The emotional roller coaster. The anxiety is real. Crypto plays on emotions like few things can: greed, hope, fear, FOMO, regret. I spent nights scrolling charts, hoping my investments would bounce. I joined Telegram groups where optimism poured like champagne, but was often followed by silence when markets dipped. And yet, through it all, some people were building. Act 3. The deep dive, reality and wisdom. This is where my understanding matured. I stopped chasing coins. I started studying systems, layers of crypto use cases. Let's break them down by theme. 1. Store of value. Bitcoin is seen by many as digital gold. It's slow, expensive to move, but it's also predictable. Only 21 million will ever exist. Use case. Hedge against inflation, wealth preservation. 2. Medium of exchange. Stablecoins, like USDC, USDT, provide crypto dollars that don't fluctuate wildly. People use them to buy goods in emerging economies. Use case. Payments, e-commerce, daily transactions. 3. Financial access. DeFi, decentralized finance, allows borrowing, lending, and earning interest without banks. Platforms like Aave, Compound, and Uniswap. Use case. Empowering people without access to traditional finance. 4. Identity and records. Blockchain can store digital identity, education certificates, land titles, medical records. Countries like Estonia are experimenting. Use case. Trustless records in corruption-prone areas. 5. Creators economy. NFTs allow artists to monetize directly, but also bring up concerns about speculation and art washing. Use case. Royalties, direct creator fan economies. 6. Gaming and metaverse. Play-to-earn games like Axie Infinity sparked a revolution, though not without controversy. Use case. New job ecosystems, albeit with sustainability issues. The people behind the chains. Crypto isn't just tech, it's community. And here's where the emotion comes back. I met brilliant developers from India, artists from the Philippines, traders in Turkey, activists in Ukraine, people for whom crypto isn't abstract. It's a lifeline, a rebellion, a dream. But I also met manipulators, grifters, people chasing hype and leaving others behind. Crypto is a mirror of humanity. Nisia. Noble and corrupt, brilliant and broken. 4. Supply chain and authenticity. IBM Food Trust uses blockchain to trace food products from farm to table, reducing fraud. VeChain tracks luxury goods to verify authenticity. 5. Decentralized governance. DAOs. MakerDo, a community-governed protocol that manages the DI stablecoin. DAOs enable collective decision-making without centralized control. 6. Identity and privacy. Self-sovereign identity. Projects like Civic allow users to control personal data, reducing reliance on centralized entities for KYC checks. 7. Smart contracts and automation. Insurance. Ethereum offers parametric insurance, where payouts, e.g., for flight delays, are automated via smart contracts. 8. Humanitarian aid. Ukraine crisis. The Ukrainian government raised over $135 million in crypto donations during the 2022 conflict, showcasing crypto's agility in crisis response. The genesis of cryptocurrencies, a digital revolution. The inception of cryptocurrencies marks a pivotal shift in the financial landscape. Introducing a decentralized form of currency that operates independently of traditional banking systems. Born out of the need for a more secure and private means of transaction, Bitcoin emerged as the first cryptocurrency in 2009, introduced by an enigmatic figure or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto. This digital currency was designed to provide a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. The technology underpinning these digital currencies is blockchain, a distributed ledger enforced by a disparate network of computers. Blockchain's architecture not only ensures the integrity of transactions, but also enhances security by making it nearly impossible to alter any single record without altering all subsequent records. This innovation has paved the way for numerous other cryptocurrencies, each with its unique features and applications, ranging from Ethereum's smart contracts to Ripple's focus on fast international transfers. Understanding these foundational aspects is crucial for anyone looking to delve deeper into the world of cryptocurrencies. It sets the stage for exploring their multifaceted roles in real-world scenarios, beyond just being a speculative investment. As we embark on this journey, the implications of such a decentralized system are vast, offering potential solutions to many economic and social challenges faced today. With this backdrop, let us now explore how cryptocurrencies have transcended their initial purpose and found utility across various sectors globally. Cryptocurrencies in action, from retail to real estate. As we delve deeper into the practical applications of cryptocurrencies, it becomes evident that their utility stretches far beyond mere speculation. In the retail sector, cryptocurrencies are transforming the way consumers shop and businesses operate. Major retailers like Overstock and Newegg accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as payment, providing customers with a new level of convenience and privacy. This adoption not only broadens the customer base for these businesses, but also reduces transaction fees associated with credit card processing, enhancing profitability. In the realm of remittances, cryptocurrencies offer a revolutionary solution to the high cost and slow speeds typically associated with international money transfers. Services like BitPesa and Abra leverage blockchain technology to facilitate swift and cost-effective cross-border payments. These services are particularly beneficial in regions where traditional banking infrastructure is lacking or inefficient. By using cryptocurrencies, individuals can send money to family members overseas almost instantly, with minimal fees, thus significantly impacting global economies by increasing the flow of capital. Real estate transactions are another area where cryptocurrencies are proving invaluable. Through platforms such as propel, buyers and sellers can use cryptocurrencies to purchase properties, streamlining the process by cutting down on paperwork and reducing reliance on intermediaries like banks or brokers. This not only expedites transactions, but also opens up the market to international investors who might otherwise face barriers due to currency conversion issues or stringent local regulations. These examples illustrate the tangible benefits of integrating cryptocurrencies into everyday financial activities. They highlight how this technology can lead to increased efficiency, reduced costs, and enhanced accessibility, reshaping industries traditionally burdened by cumbersome processes and outdated systems. As we continue to explore the multifaceted uses of cryptocurrencies, their potential to fundamentally alter the economic landscape becomes increasingly clear. What are cryptocurrencies really used for? Join the conversation as we delve into the world of cryptocurrencies and explore their real-world applications. From decentralized finance, DeFi, to supply chain management, and from remittances to gaming, we'll uncover the surprising ways cryptocurrencies are being used today. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just curious about the technology, this video will give you a deeper understanding of the practical uses of cryptocurrencies and their potential to transform industries. So, let's dive in and discover the many faces of cryptocurrency adoption. I dive deep into the world of cryptocurrencies and try to uncover their real-world uses. Can I figure it all out? Sure. Here's a complete and emotional deep dive into the world of cryptocurrencies, focusing on their real-world uses, the emotional and psychological journey of trying to understand them, and a thoughtful look at how to either move deeper into the space or step away from it if needed. Into the rabbit hole, my emotional journey through the world of cryptocurrencies. Introduction. Cryptocurrencies are a strange, electric symphony of code, ambition, revolution, and risk. On the surface, they're just digital coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, pixels on a screen. But underneath, they represent a whole new philosophy of money, value, trust, and power. I set out to understand them not just technically, but emotionally. What are cryptocurrencies really doing in the world? What problems do they actually solve? And, most personally, can I find a place in this volatile, hope-filled world? Or is it wiser to walk away? Act 1. The spark, curiosity, and wonder. Like many others, I first heard of Bitcoin in passing. Someone made millions. Some kid bought a pizza for 10,000 BTC, and the market crashed again. But something tugged at me. I wasn't interested in fast cash. I wanted to understand. What made it so magnetic? The tech magic Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper is legendary. The idea, a decentralized currency system not controlled by any government or central bank. Every transaction is verified by a global network of computers, then etched permanently into a blockchain, an incorruptible digital ledger. At first, it felt like science fiction. But then I thought, when's the last time I trusted a bank? Or a government's economic policy? Could this be the future? Real-world uses. The door opens. Banking the unbanked. In places with no stable banking infrastructure, crypto is giving people a way to store value, send money, and even get paid online. Kenya, Nigeria, El Salvador? They aren't waiting. They're living the crypto revolution. Remittances without fees. Migrants send home billions annually. Traditional services take a big cut. With crypto wallets like Strike or Bitnob, those fees can be almost zero. Hyperinflation havens. In Venezuela, Zimbabwe, and Argentina, locals have turned to Bitcoin and stablecoins to escape hyperinflation. When a loaf of bread doubles in price weekly, crypto isn't speculation, it's survival. NFTs and ownership. Not just monkey JPEGs. NFTs give digital creators a way to own and sell their work with royalties. Musicians, artists, writers, suddenly they have power again. Smart contracts. Ethereum introduced programmable agreements. Imagine a will that executes automatically, or insurance that pays out as soon as the event is verified. No middlemen, no bias. I felt like I was discovering a secret world. Not all dreams, some were reality, and they were happening now, starting small. Begin with established cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. To understand market movements, allocate only funds you can afford to lose. Practice using wallets and exchanges with minimal amounts before larger transactions. Strategic entry points. Dollar cost averaging, DCA. Rather than timing the market, invest fixed amounts at regular intervals regardless of price. This strategy reduces the impact of volatility and emotional decision-making. Research-based investment. Look beyond price action to evaluate team credentials and track record, technology fundamentals and innovation, real-world utility and adoption metrics, community strength and development activity, tokenomics and distribution model, use case alignment. Invest in projects solving problems you understand or addressing sectors you're knowledgeable about, which helps evaluate their potential more accurately. Exit strategies and risk management. Define clear objectives. Establish specific goals for your crypto involvement, whether financial returns, technology exploration, or specific use cases, and create corresponding exit criteria. Portfolio diversification. Spread investments across different cryptocurrency categories: store of value, smart contract platforms, DeFi, utility tokens. Maintain appropriate allocation between crypto and traditional assets. Regularly rebalance as market conditions change, taking profits systematically. Set target price points or percentage gains to trigger partial sales. Consider selling initial investment after significant gains, leaving house money at play. Utilize limit orders to automatically execute sales at predetermined prices. Tax considerations. Understand tax implications in your jurisdiction. In many countries, cryptocurrency sales are subject to capital gains tax, while specific activities like staking may have unique tax treatments. Common challenges and solutions, security concerns. The cryptocurrency space presents unique security challenges, with hacks and scams unfortunately common. Key protective measures. Use hardware wallets for long-term storage. Verify addresses before transactions. Be skeptical of unrealistic returns or investment opportunities. Research projects thoroughly before investing. Use unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Never share private keys or seed phrases. Volatility management. Cryptocurrency markets experience significant price fluctuations that can be challenging for newcomers. Volatility strategies. Maintain emergency funds and essential savings outside crypto. Consider stablecoins, cryptocurrencies pegged to fiat currencies, for reduced volatility. Lengthen your time horizon. Historical data suggest long-term holding often outperforms trading. Set stop-loss orders to limit downside risk if actively trading regulatory navigation. The regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies varies widely by country and continues to evolve rapidly. Compliance approaches. Stay informed about regulations in your jurisdiction. Use KYC-compliant exchanges where required. Maintain accurate records for tax purposes. Consider consulting with crypto-knowledgeable financial advisors or tax professionals. Follow reputable news sources for regulatory developments. 1. Peer-to-peer payments. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, BTC, and Litecoin, LTC, were designed as decentralized alternatives to traditional money. They enable direct, borderless transactions without intermediaries like banks. For example, remittances. Migrants use cryptocurrencies to send money to family in countries with high banking fees or restrictive financial systems. Platforms like BitPesa facilitate low-cost transfers in Africa. Microtransactions. Content creators on platforms like Brave Browser are paid in Basic Attention Token, BAT, for user engagement, bypassing ad networks. Global commerce. Merchants on platforms like Overstock or Shopify accept Bitcoin, enabling purchases without currency conversion hassles. Impact. These systems empower individuals in underbanked regions, reduce transaction costs, often below 1% compared to 3 to 5% for credit cards, and speed up cross-border payments from days to minutes. 2. Decentralized finance, DeFi. DeFi leverages smart contracts on blockchains like Ethereum to recreate financial services without traditional institutions. Key applications include lending and borrowing. Platforms like Aave and Compound allow users to lend crypto and earn interest, often 5 to 15% APY, or borrow against collateral without credit checks. Decentralized exchanges, DEXs. Uniswap and SushiSwap enable token swaps without centralized control, offering privacy and lower fees. Yield farming. Users provide liquidity to DeFi protocols and earn rewards, sometimes exceeding 20% APY, though with risks like impermanent loss. Impact. DeFi democratizes finance, offering access to sophisticated tools for anyone with an internet connection. As of 2025, DeFi's total value locked, TVL, exceeds $150 billion, reflecting its growing adoption. 3. Store of value Bitcoin is often called digital gold, due to its fixed supply, 21 million coins, and resistance to inflation. Investors, including institutions like MicroStrategy and Tesla, hold BTC as a hedge against fiat currency devaluation. For example, in hyperinflationary economies like Venezuela, citizens convert local currency to Bitcoin to preserve wealth. Wealthy individuals use stablecoins like USDC to park funds in crypto without volatility. Impact. Cryptocurrencies provide an alternative to gold or bonds, especially in uncertain economic climates, though volatility remains a challenge. 4. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs. NFTs, unique digital assets on blockchains, have revolutionized ownership in art, gaming, and entertainment. Lending and borrowing. Decentralized finance, DeFi platforms have created new lending and borrowing mechanisms that operate without traditional financial intermediaries. Users can earn interest by lending their crypto assets or take collateralized loans without credit checks. Protocols like Aave, Compound, and Maker have facilitated billions in loan volume, creating alternative credit markets accessible to anyone. These systems operate transparently with code-enforced rules, eliminating subjective approval processes. Business and commerce applications. Payment processing. Merchants increasingly accept cryptocurrencies as payment alternatives. Companies like PayPal, Square, and Shopify have integrated crypto payment options, allowing businesses to tap into the growing crypto user base. Benefits for merchants include lower transaction fees compared to credit card processors, elimination of chargebacks and fraud risks, near immediate settlement, access to a global customer base without currency conversion concerns, supply chain management. Blockchain technology enables transparent tracking of goods from manufacture to delivery. Cryptocurrencies can function as the value transfer mechanism within these supply chain systems. VeChain, for example, combines IoT devices with blockchain to verify product authenticity and track items throughout the supply chain. This has applications in luxury goods, pharmaceuticals, and food safety, where provenance verification is crucial. Tokenization of assets. Real-world assets can be represented as tokens on a blockchain, enabling fractional ownership, increased liquidity, and simplified transfer of ownership. This creates new investment opportunities and markets. Applications include real estate tokens allowing partial property ownership, tokenized commodities such as gold or oil, security tokens representing traditional financial instruments, collectibles and art pieces divided into ownable fractions. Technological applications, smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements with terms written in code. They automatically enforce and execute contract terms when predefined conditions are met, eliminating the need for intermediaries. Ethereum pioneered smart contract functionality, enabling applications ranging from insurance products that automatically pay out based on weather data to crowdfunding platforms that release funds only when milestones are achieved. Decentralized applications, dApps. These applications run on blockchain networks rather than centralized servers, offering increased resistance to censorship, downtime, and single points of failure. Examples include decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, content platforms like Audius for music streaming, gaming applications like Axie Infinity, prediction markets like Augur, governance and DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, use cryptocurrencies for governance, allowing token holders to vote on proposals and organizational decisions. This creates new organizational structures where stakeholders directly influence operations. DAOs have formed around various purposes, from investment collectives to protocol governance to charitable foundations, all operating with transparency and distributed decision-making. Social and environmental applications, charitable giving and transparency. Cryptocurrencies enable direct donations to causes worldwide without intermediaries, potentially increasing the portion of funds that reach intended recipients. Blockchain verification allows donors to track exactly how their funds are used. Organizations like the Giving Block facilitate crypto donations to nonprofits, while projects like Give Crypto directly distribute cryptocurrency to people in need. Environmental solutions. While some cryptocurrencies face criticism for energy consumption, others focus on sustainability and environmental applications. Crypto-based carbon credit markets and regenerative finance, ReFi projects, use blockchain to verify environmental impact. Algorand, for example, maintains a carbon-negative blockchain, while projects like Toucan Protocol tokenize carbon credits to create more accessible carbon markets. Navigating the space. Entry and exit strategies, getting started with cryptocurrencies. Education. First, before investing, understand blockchain fundamentals, different types of cryptocurrencies, security practices, and market dynamics. Resources like Coinbase Learn, Khan Academy's crypto courses, and MIT's free blockchain courses provide solid foundations. Setting up infrastructure. 1. Choose reputable exchanges for purchasing crypto, e.g., Coinbase, Binance, Kraken. 2. Set up secure wallets, hardware wallets like Ledger or Trezor for large holdings, software wallets like MetaMask for active usage. 3. Implement strong security practices, two-factor authentication, unique passwords, and backup phrases stored securely. Exploring cryptocurrencies, uses, moves, and exits. I dive deep into the world of cryptocurrencies and try to uncover their real-world uses. Can I figure it all out? Emotional describe complete details and explain, and how to move and drop out. Okay, detailed exploration of cryptocurrencies' real-world uses, along with how to move and drop out of them. Let me start by breaking down the query. They're diving deep into crypto, trying to figure out its practical applications beyond the hype. They also want to know how to move and drop out, which I think refers to transferring crypto and exiting the market. First, I need to outline the real-world uses. I remember that beyond just investments, crypto is used for remittances, DeFi, NFTs, smart contracts, supply chain, identity verification, etc. But I should verify each of these to ensure accuracy. Maybe start with financial services, like cross-border payments and banking the unbanked. Then move to DeFi, NFTs, smart contracts, supply chain management, identity management, and maybe even governance like DAOs. For each use case, I need to provide examples, like Bitcoin for remittances, Ethereum for smart contracts. Also, mention companies or projects using crypto in these areas. For instance, Ripple with banks for cross-border transactions, Chainlink for oracles and supply chains. Then, the how to move part. That probably refers to transferring crypto between wallets or exchanges. So steps like setting up a wallet, getting the address, transaction fees, security measures. Maybe explain different types of wallets, hot versus cold, the importance of private keys, and how to avoid mistakes like sending to the wrong address. Dropout likely means exiting the crypto market. So selling crypto for fiat, tax implications, security steps when leaving, like securing keys even after selling. Also, alternatives like moving to stablecoins as a middle step. Maybe discuss emotional aspects of leaving investments, market timing, and long-term considerations. Wait, the user mentioned emotional describe complete details and explain. So I should include the emotional journey part. The excitement of entering crypto, the stress during volatility, the anxiety when moving large sums, FOMO when exiting, or relief after leaving. Maybe even discuss the psychological impact of market crashes or scams. I need to structure this into sections. Maybe start with an intro about the crypto landscape, then real-world uses, each with examples. Then moving crypto, steps, emotional aspects. Then dropping out steps, emotions involved. Finally, a conclusion on balancing potential and risks. Check for common pitfalls. For example, when moving crypto, forgetting network fees or using the wrong network, sending ETH via BSC without bridging. When exiting, tax obligations might be overlooked. Also, security risks if not properly cashing out. I should also mention regulatory environments affecting real-world use, like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, or countries banning crypto. How regulations impact the practicality of using crypto in different regions. For NFTs, real-world uses could be digital art, but also things like ticketing, real estate tokenization. Maybe mention platforms like OpenSea or specific projects using NFTs for more than art. In supply chain, IBM's Food Trust using blockchain for tracking, VeChain for product authenticity. These are concrete examples. Identity management, Civic or Uport for decentralized IDs, helps in KYC processes without exposing personal data. DeFi examples like Uniswap, Aave, Compound, how they provide lending, borrowing services without intermediaries. Smart contracts in legal agreements, insurance payouts automatically when conditions are met, like flight delays. DAOs as community-led organizations, like MakerDAO, governing the DAI stablecoin. When explaining how to move crypto, maybe a step-by-step. Choose wallet, get address, send a test transaction, check confirmations, emphasize security, double-check addresses, use HW wallets for large sums. For dropping out, steps. Decide to sell, choose exchange. Convert to fiat, withdraw to bank. Tax reporting. Maybe consult a professional. Also, consider the market impact if selling large amounts. Emotional aspects, the fear of missing out on future gains when exiting, or the stress of losing money, the relief of securing profits or cutting losses, anxiety during transactions, especially with irreversible crypto transfers. Need to ensure technical accuracy. For example, explaining blockchain confirmations, gas fees on Ethereum, different consensus mechanisms affecting transaction times. Also, mention alternatives to full exit, like diversifying into stablecoins or other assets. Maybe discuss dollar cost averaging when exiting to mitigate market timing risks. Potential challenges. Scams during moving, phishing sites mimicking wallets, exchange withdrawal limits, regulatory hurdles in converting to fiat. In conclusion, balance the revolutionary aspects of crypto with the current limitations, volatility, regulatory uncertainty, technical barriers for average users. Wait, but the initial response was concise. Maybe expand each section with more examples, deeper explanations, case studies, and include personal anecdotes or quotes from experts to meet the length. However, since the assistant's response should be detailed but within the platform's limits, perhaps structure it into clear sections with subheadings, bullet points, and thorough explanations without fluff. Also, check if dropout refers to exiting crypto entirely or just moving assets off exchanges. Clarify that in the response. Finally, ensure the language is accessible, avoiding overly technical jargon, but still informative. Use metaphors or analogies where helpful. Address both newcomers and those with some crypto experience. The emotional roller coaster of engaging with cryptocurrencies. Embarking on the journey into the world of cryptocurrencies often feels akin to stepping onto a roller coaster, with emotions ranging from exhilaration to anxiety. The volatility inherent in cryptocurrency markets can lead to significant emotional highs and lows. For instance, witnessing a sudden surge in the value of your holdings can evoke feelings of euphoria and triumph, much like hitting the jackpot. Conversely, an unexpected market downturn can induce panic and despair, leaving investors questioning their decisions and future prospects. This emotional turbulence is not merely a side effect, but a core aspect of engaging with cryptocurrencies. Each rise and fall in the market tests the resilience and adaptability of traders and investors. Success stories abound, where individuals have turned modest investments into substantial fortunes, fueling dreams of financial independence. However, equally prevalent are tales of loss, where rapid price drops have wiped out savings, leading to regret and disillusionment. Moreover, the psychological impact of participating in such a volatile market cannot be overstated. the constant monitoring of prices and the fear of missing out, FOMO, can lead to stress and sleepless nights. Yet, for many, the allure of potentially groundbreaking returns keeps them tethered to this digital frontier. This duality of risk and reward creates a complex emotional landscape that every crypto enthusiast must navigate. Ultimately, understanding these emotional dynamics is crucial for anyone considering entering the cryptocurrency space. It prepares one for the inevitable fluctuations, teaching the importance of patience, strategic planning, and emotional regulation. As we move forward, recognizing and managing these emotional responses will be key to sustaining long-term engagement with cryptocurrencies. Reflecting on the cryptocurrency journey, insights and future outlook. As we conclude our exploration into the dynamic world of cryptocurrencies, it becomes evident that this realm offers both profound opportunities and significant challenges. The journey through understanding the genesis of cryptocurrencies, examining their real-world applications, and navigating the emotional and strategic facets of crypto engagement underscores their transformative potential. Cryptocurrencies are not just digital assets, they represent a paradigm shift in how value is exchanged and stored, challenging traditional financial systems and opening new avenues for economic interaction. However, the path through the crypto landscape is fraught with volatility and uncertainty, demanding a balanced approach, characterized by informed decision-making and emotional resilience. The ability to discern when to advance and when to retreat is crucial in safeguarding one's investments and mental well-being. As the market continues to evolve, driven by technological advancements and shifting regulatory frameworks, staying adaptable and informed remains paramount. Looking ahead, the future of cryptocurrencies holds immense promise. Innovations in blockchain technology and the increasing integration of digital currencies into mainstream financial systems suggest a trajectory towards greater acceptance and utility. Yet, the journey is ongoing, with new challenges and opportunities continually emerging. For those willing to engage thoughtfully and strategically, the world of cryptocurrencies remains a frontier ripe with potential, urging us to remain curious, vigilant, and open-minded. Exploring cryptocurrencies, real-world uses, emotional journey, and exit strategies. Introduction. Diving into the world of cryptocurrencies is like stepping into a whirlwind of innovation, speculation, and emotional highs and lows. For many, it's a journey driven by curiosity, hope, and the allure of financial freedom. But what are the real-world uses of cryptocurrencies, and how can you navigate this complex landscape? This exploration will uncover the practical applications, emotional roller coaster, and strategies for moving forward or dropping out, offering a comprehensive guide for anyone looking to understand this transformative technology. Real-world uses of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, built on blockchain technology, have evolved far beyond their origins as speculative assets. Below, we explore their practical applications in detail. Digital art. Platforms like OpenSea enable artists to sell tokenized artwork, with creators like Beeple fetching millions. Gaming. Games like Axie Infinity use NFTs for in-game assets, allowing players to earn and trade items. Ticketing. Event organizers issue NFT tickets to combat scalping and verify authenticity. Impact. NFTs empower creators by ensuring royalties on secondary sales and give users true ownership of digital goods, a shift from traditional platforms' control. 5. Supply chain and traceability. Blockchain's transparency is ideal for supply chain management. Cryptocurrencies incentivize participation in these systems. Provenance. Tracking. IBM's Food Trust uses blockchain to trace food from farm to table, reducing fraud and ensuring quality. Luxury goods. Brands like LVMH use Ethereum-based tokens to verify authenticity of high-end products. Carbon credits. Projects like Toucan Protocol tokenize carbon offsets, enabling transparent trading to fight climate change. Impact: these systems enhance trust, reduce costs by up to 30% in some cases, and combat counterfeiting, benefiting industries from agriculture to fashion. 6. Governance and DAOs. Decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, use cryptocurrencies for community governance, decision-making. Token holders vote on proposals, as seen in MakerDAO, which manages the DAI stablecoin. Crowdfunding. DAOs like Constitution. DAO raised millions in ETH to bid on historical artifacts. I. Charity. Platforms like Gitcoin use tokens to fund open-source projects. Impact: DAOs redefine organizational structures, enabling global collaboration without centralized control, though legal ambiguities persist. 7. Privacy and anonymity. Privacy-focused coins like Monero, XMR, and Zcash, ZEC, offer anonymous transactions. Personal privacy. Individuals in authoritarian regimes use these coins to bypass surveillance. Dark pools. Some financial institutions use privacy coins for discrete large-scale trades. Impact: while controversial due to potential misuse, privacy coins protect user autonomy in an era of increasing data collection. 8. Cross-industry innovation. Cryptocurrencies are fueling innovation across sectors. Healthcare. Blockchain secures patient records, with tokens incentivizing data sharing, e.g., MediBlock. Real estate. Platforms like propel tokenize property, enabling fractional ownership and global investment. Energy. Power Ledger uses tokens to trade renewable energy peer-to-peer. Impact: these applications disrupt traditional models, creating efficiency and accessibility, though scalability and regulation remain hurdles. The emotional journey of crypto exploration. The crypto world is as much an emotional odyssey as it is a technological one. Here's a breakdown of the psychological stages you might experience. 1. Curiosity and excitement. Your journey begins with fascination. You read about Bitcoin's 2009 genesis, Ethereum's smart contracts, or Dogecoin's meme-driven rise. The promise of financial sovereignty and cutting-edge tech sparks euphoria. You might devour white papers, Reddit threads, and YouTube tutorials. Feel inspired by stories of early adopters who became millionaires. Open a wallet on Coinbase or MetaMask, tingling with anticipation as you buy your first $100 of BTC or ETH. Emotional peak. You're a pioneer in a new financial frontier, heart racing with possibility. 2. Overwhelm and confusion. The crypto rabbit hole is deep. You encounter jargon, hodl, gas fees, rug pulls, and a dizzying array of coins, over 20,000 in 2025. You might struggle to choose between centralized exchanges, Binance, Kraken, and DEXs. Panic when a transaction takes hours due to network congestion. Feel lost in DeFi's complexity or NFT marketplaces' volatility. Emotional dip. Doubt creeps in. Can you really understand this? Are you in over your head? Unraveling the real-world uses of cryptocurrencies. A deep dive, and how to navigate the ecosystem, moving assets, and exiting safely. Introduction: the cryptocurrency landscape. Cryptocurrencies, once dismissed as a speculative bubble, have evolved into a multifaceted ecosystem with tangible real-world applications. From decentralized finance, DeFi, to supply chain transparency, crypto is reshaping industries. However, the journey through this space is fraught with complexity, volatility, and emotional highs and lows. This guide explores 1. The practical uses of crypto, 2. How to securely move assets, and 3. Strategies for exiting the ecosystem, all while addressing the psychological challenges involved. Part 1. Real-world applications of cryptocurrency in 1. Financial inclusion and cross-border payments. Remittances. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Stellar enable low-cost, rapid cross-border transfers. For example, migrant workers in the U.S. use platforms like Bitso to send funds to Mexico, bypassing traditional banks' high fees. MAS, banking the unbanked. Projects like CELO and Pax Dollar, USDP, provide stablecoin access to populations without bank accounts, particularly in Africa and Latin America. 2. Decentralized finance, DeFi. Lending, borrowing. Platforms like Aave and Compound allow users to earn interest on deposits or take loans without intermediaries. Yield farming. Users provide liquidity to protocols, e.g. Uniswap, in exchange for rewards, though risks like impermanent loss loom. 3. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Beyond art. Ticketing. Companies like Guts Tickets use NFTs to combat fraud in event ticketing. Real estate. Platforms such as Propel tokenize property ownership, enabling fractional investment. Act 4. The choice. Move deeper or drop out here. I stood informed, inspired, but also wary. What now? How to move deeper. The red pill path. 1. Find your purpose. Are you here to trade, build, learn, help others? Define your why. 2. Learn. Don't gamble, study projects. Read white papers. Understand what problems they solve and how they plan to do it. 3. Get involved in communities. Reddit, Discords, Twitter. Engage, ask, contribute. Don't be afraid to be new. 4. Start small, stay safe. Use hardware wallets. Avoid unknown links. Learn about scams. The space is unforgiving to the careless. 5. Build something. Write content. Join DAOs. Learn Solidity. Even organizing a local meetup makes you part of the future. How to drop out. The blue pill path. 1. Acknowledge the stress. If charts consume your peace, it's okay to step away. Mental health. Digital coins. 2. Withdraw and store it safely. Convert your holdings to stablecoins or fiat. Use reputable exchanges. Secure your data. 3. Stay curious. Without being obsessed. You don't have to own crypto to learn about it. Follow developments passively. 4. Use the tech, not the token. Maybe you like blockchain for supply chains or NFTs for collectibles. You don't need to speculate to benefit. 5. It's not all or nothing. You can take a break. You can come back later. Crypto will still be here. Conclusion: what I figured out. I didn't figure everything out. Crypto is still forming, evolving, battling between dream and delusion. But here's what I learned. Crypto isn't just about money. It's about value. Who creates it? Who controls it? Who benefits? The real-world uses are already changing lives, but they're often hidden under the noise of speculation. Emotionally, this journey is intense, but with intention and clarity, it can also be liberating. It's okay to move deeper. It's okay to drop out. What matters is why you're here. I walked into this world thinking I'd master it. Instead, I found something more valuable: humility, curiosity, a deeper awareness of the systems we take for granted, and the courage to question them. Crypto may not change everything, but it has already changed me. How to drop out of crypto. If crypto becomes overwhelming or unaligned with your goals, exiting gracefully is possible. Here's how to drop out without regret. 1. Assess your position. Review holdings. List all assets across wallets and exchanges. Use portfolio trackers like Delta or Blockfolio for clarity. Evaluate losses, / gains. Calculate unrealized gains or losses to inform your exit strategy. Reflect on goals. Ask why you want to leave: market stress, time constraints, or ideological shifts. This guides your approach. 2. Plan your exit. Sell strategically. Avoid panic selling during a dip. use limit orders to sell at target prices or DCA out over weeks to average prices. Convert to fiat or stablecoins. Move funds to stablecoins, USDC, USDT, to avoid volatility. Then withdraw to a bank via exchanges like Coinbase or Kraken. Minimize fees. Consolidate small holdings to reduce transaction costs. For example, convert dust, tiny amounts, to a single asset before selling. 3. Secure your exit. Clear wallets. Transfer remaining crypto to exchanges or secure storage if you plan to re-enter later. Delete accounts. Carefully, close exchange accounts after withdrawing funds, but retain records for tax purposes. Destroy old keys. If you're done for good, securely dispose of seed phrases, e.g., shred paper backups, to prevent accidental recovery by others. 4. Handle taxes. Report gains/losses. In most countries, selling crypto triggers taxable events. Use tax software to generate reports and consult an accountant. Claim losses. If you've lost money, some jurisdictions allow you to offset losses against other income, reducing tax liability. Keep records. Save transaction histories for at least 5-7 years, as tax authorities may audit crypto activities. 5. Emotional closure. Reflect on lessons. Write down what you learned. Technical skills, market insights, or personal resilience. This reframes the experience positively. Avoid regret. Crypto's volatility means prices may soar after you exit. Accept your decision and focus on new goals. Stay connected. Optional. If you still love the tech, follow blockchain news or contribute to non-financial projects without investing. 6. Alternative investments. Redirect funds. Move proceeds to traditional assets, stocks, bonds, or real estate for stability. Explore passive income. Invest in dividend stocks or REITs for steady returns without crypto's stress. Upskill. Use time and money saved from crypto to learn new skills like coding or entrepreneurship for future opportunities. Challenges and considerations. Volatility. Crypto markets are a roller coaster. Bitcoin dropped from $69,000 in 2021 to $16,000 in 2022, only to rebound above $80,000 by 2025. Emotional discipline is key to surviving swings, scams, and risks. The industry is rife with fraud. Rug pulls, fake exchanges, and phishing scams cost users $3.7 billion in 2022 alone. Due diligence is non-negotiable. Regulation governments are tightening crypto rules. The EU's MiCA framework and US SEC actions signal stricter oversight, impacting DeFi and exchanges. Stay compliant to avoid legal trouble. Time commitment. Mastering crypto demands hours of research and monitoring. If your life doesn't allow this, consider passive strategies or exiting. Environmental concerns. Bitcoin mining's energy use, estimated at 150 terawatt-hours annually, raises ethical questions. Explore eco-friendly chains like Ethereum, post-merge, or Solana if sustainability matters to you. The decision to withdraw. Evaluating when to step back. Deciding to withdraw from the cryptocurrency market is a critical juncture that requires careful consideration and analysis. Several signs may indicate that it is time to step back. Persistent losses over an extended period, despite adherence to sound investment strategies, suggest that the market conditions may not align with your financial goals or risk tolerance. Moreover, if the emotional toll of market volatility begins to outweigh the potential financial benefits, it might be prudent to reassess your involvement. Another indicator is the changing regulatory landscape. Regulations can dramatically alter the viability and legality of certain cryptocurrencies. If new laws threaten the fundamental operations or significantly increase the operational costs of cryptocurrencies you are invested in, reconsidering your position is wise. Additionally, shifts in technology or emerging superior alternatives could render current investments obsolete, signaling a strategic withdrawal to avoid obsolescence. Evaluating your personal circumstances is also crucial. Changes in your financial situation, such as needing liquidity for other investments or personal expenses, might necessitate pulling out of the volatile crypto market. Furthermore, if your interests or career path shift away from finance or technology, maintaining active participation might no longer align with your broader life goals. When contemplating a withdrawal, ensure that the decision is based on comprehensive analysis rather than reactive emotions. Consider consulting with financial advisors who specialize in digital currencies, as they can provide tailored advice based on current market conditions and personal financial health. Ultimately, knowing when to exit is as important as knowing when to invest, preserving both capital and peace of mind. The future landscape. As cryptocurrency technology matures, several trends appear poised to shape its continued evolution. Increasing institutional adoption. Major financial institutions continue integrating cryptocurrency services, from custody solutions to trading desks. Companies like MicroStrategy, Tesla, and Square have added Bitcoin to corporate treasuries, while financial giants like Fidelity, BlackRock, and JP Morgan develop crypto infrastructure. This institutional involvement brings increased legitimacy, liquidity, and stability to markets, potentially accelerating mainstream adoption. Regulatory development. Regulatory frameworks are emerging globally, bringing both challenges and benefits. Clear regulations may restrict certain activities, but also provide confidence for institutional participation and broader adoption. Countries like Singapore, Switzerland, and Portugal have developed crypto-friendly regulatory environments, while others take more restrictive approaches. This regulatory divergence creates a complex global patchwork requiring careful navigation. Technological advancement. Ongoing technical challenges around scalability, interoperability, and energy efficiency continue driving innovation. Layer 2 scaling solutions for improved transaction throughput. Cross-chain bridges enabling interactions between different blockchains. More energy-efficient consensus mechanisms like proof of stake. Zero-knowledge proofs and other privacy enhancements. Web3 infrastructure making blockchain applications more accessible. Integration with traditional systems. Rather than replacing existing financial and technological systems, cryptocurrencies increasingly integrate with them. This hybrid approach combines traditional finance's stability with cryptocurrencies' innovation. Examples include central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, adapting blockchain concepts for national currencies, DeFi platforms creating on-ramps from traditional finance, enterprise blockchain solutions tailored for existing business processes,